That won't happen. Maybe they'll give that guy $10,000 for just to make him go away. Yeah, but the original story, because statute of limitations, man, or the new story. If it's the new story, yeah, I mean, you'd have to prove that they never thought of that before, and I'm sure they had that when they were talking sequels in like fucking 1990 even. That's not gonna follow through, guys. Market chameleons. If there's anything else going on here, stream's ready. Okay, we got 13 minutes before the market opens. Now that we're streaming, I'm going to send out an invite to everybody. Remember there was that time where every new member in here couldn't figure out that the link was in live Zoom links, and they would go in there and they'd be like, but I keep going to it and no one's in there, and it was because they were going to the live class link. God. Interesting. All right. RJ, I'll make you and Rebecca, if she's here. There she is. Co-hosts, so you can tell me in my ear. Comes up today on our radar. There goes Rebecca, and now and Cameron. I did? Zoolander? What did? The files are in the computer. They're in the computer. Yeah. AMD announces senior notes offering. Interesting. Let's see if that affected AMD much. I do have a breakout alert set on that for when that comes around. Good morning. All right. Good morning, everybody. Let's go over to the market really quick. Rates moved from yesterday's close of 3.04% to 3.01%. So they're a smidge down today. And that can be a little bit helpful to growth and to tech. However, even before Target announced they're revising their numbers, and then all of retail started dropping. Even before that, the market in after hours had been grinding down below yesterday's close, low, as a matter of fact, yesterday's low. So that's where we're sitting now, is pretty far below yesterday's low, all the way down, in fact, to the breakdown level, which I was telling you the other day is 302.50 on the Qs. That could be a spot to potentially short. We maybe have a bad red day if we break that 302.50 level. And if you want triple confirmation, then you can simultaneously check SPY, S&P 500, and wait for it also to break. I'll get you the number here. 407 on the S&P 500. I'll put a little alert there so we don't. And then I'll get you the Dow one as well. 407 on the S&P 500 SPY. 407. And what was it? 302.50 on the Qs. You're looking for a breakdown. And on the Dow's a little bit stronger. Its low is 325.35. 325.35. And so you don't have a broad panic if we don't break all those levels. So it's like, you could get in early on the breakdown on the Qs at 302.50, and then wait and see if we get confirmation on SPY and the Dow, because a broad sell-off would definitely cause a decent return on that, on the Qs. Senior just means they're the first in line to get paid back if they go bankrupt. So it's a different class of shares. It's not the same. It's not common stock is what it's called. There's common stock shares, common stock. And then there's all kinds of other ways that you can loan the company money by buying notes from them. And one of them is senior notes. So it probably has an attached, you have to look into it, but it probably has an attached, possibly a special dividend or payments that it makes, similar to preferred shares. It's like a bond. There's bonds, notes, preferred shares, and then there's common shares. Common shares, for example, like everybody who wants to say that Warren Buffett made all of his money by investing. That's absolutely not true. That's one of the biggest. I think that's probably almost Illuminati level bullshit. Like trying to get people to believe that they can put their money in the stock market, invest like Warren Buffett, and get an amazing return like Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett did not make his money by investing in the stock market. Period. Fucking flat out. Okay, so like that, you need to realize that you'll never make money like Warren Buffett unless you buy companies and turn them around. That's a totally different thing, and that's what Warren Buffett did. And when he buys shares of a company, he doesn't buy the common stock. He'll buy at worst preferred shares, if not make an actual deal with the company to get a special privileged class of shares. Or even if he's going to buy options on something, which he'll do, he writes them. In other words, they're a independent contract. So yeah, that's probably the biggest lie of bullshit you'll ever hear, is that you can be a billionaire like Warren Buffett if you invest in the stock market. The stock market doesn't make money. Investing doesn't make money. It doesn't beat inflation. The reason why things go up over 100 years is just inflation. That's why stocks go up. The only way to make money on the stock market is trading, in and out, in and out, in and out. Otherwise, you'll never beat the market or inflation. In case you've never heard me talk about that before. Some of you have, so some of you know better, but some of you don't yet. That's the biggest Illuminati level lying bullshit you'll ever hear, is that Warren Buffett made money on the stock market. Zero. Boop. No. And he was lucky twice in the right spots. He got very lucky twice in the right spots, and just like any kid, hitting some kind of big one and getting a Lambo, that happened to him as well. But again, not with common stock shares. All right. So anyway, the market is down, indicating downward, and we'll be ready to short it. We already got our straddle yesterday. Did everybody get that straddle yesterday? Who got the straddle? I did across many of my accounts. It was looking very good for even Friday, but we're already taking direction. So the straddle's already going to start to get profitable right around, right around here. It starts to get profitable as long as it can break down 299 on the Qs by Friday. Then it is profitable for you. What we don't want to see, which could happen, is we don't want to see the market go down for 3 days now, Thursday and then till Thursday and then Friday. It's down, down, down. We're making money, and then you don't cash in on that straddle, and then the Fed comes out with so not the Fed, but CPI numbers come in, inflation numbers, and they're favorable, and all of a sudden the market pops back up. And if we land in the middle of the straddle between 308 and 310 on the Qs, then you're going to lose max money. So if we are making money before the report going in, you just lock in those gains, and then you can take a separate bet from there if necessary, but it would not be a good idea to not take gains. Thoughts on Jan? Yeah, if it breaks 3.8 would be the next level for it to break. We'll see, when the market opens. I'll put that on my high speed setup here just to get a sense of the texture of it. It looks pretty thick in shares. A lot of outstanding shares. Let me see here, Jan. 2.3 million shares float out of 2.83 million shares. It's not that very many shares. That's good relative to the potential volume that's going on today, which is 11 million already. But it's still not a low float compared to the amount of shares that they have outstanding. It is a low float. It is a low float in absolute terms, though. So anyway, yeah, it could move. If it gets bought up, it could move. Got enough millions of people interested in volume of shares trading here, and then it could move. All right, continuing on. Gold, we have 2 minutes to the market opens. Gold is at about 1850-ish, hanging out there. Not much movement there. And oil is still kind of holding level at around 118. It hit 119. It's been moving around in after hours and pre-market. And energy, XLE, doing that Triton thing, but down. So downward facing Triton symbol. Or what do we call it? Not Triton. What's his name? Atlas. The Atlas symbol, the Atlas pattern, upside down. So in other words, it looks like energy may be breaking down today. And that's why I need to sell my UNG pretty soon here, probably. I'll be watching UNG to potentially be getting out of it if it doesn't continue from yesterday. DD, no. DD's not happening today. Doesn't look like it. Yeah. Every day is a new day. All right, we've got 1 minute until the market opens. And also Target, we can potentially short Target. Looks like the level to short Target is right under 150. And if that doesn't work out, make sure you cut it, because then it's gap filling. But anybody who wants to short Target, anything closing into 150 would be a nice area for your risk reward on that. AERC, that was a trade from yesterday, I believe. I think I'm in AERC. I'm not sure. Check. 40 seconds to the market opens. Let me check my other account here. No, AERC. Yes, I am in AERC. So it looks like that may not have followed through, but that is also one that was looking interesting yesterday. All right, 20 seconds to the market opens. Also in Qubit, Lottery, Gamble, LOMLF, BBLN, FTC, IMF, WSoft, Avaya, PFHC, NFE, Helio, and a couple others. All right, here we go. Okay, we're looking for the break of 3.8 on Jan. It's pretty close to it at 3.6. So you do yourself a lot of good waiting for the break at 3.8. Get that confirmation. All right, Daniel, then cut it. Don't hold anything negative. Okay, Jan, not pop in there. Target. All right, target's getting close to retracing up to about 150. If it doesn't do a full gap fill or any gap fill today, then 150 is going to be where it, underneath 150 is going to be where it potentially can move downward. Yeah, Jan not happening yet. All right, GitLab is though. If GitLab breaks 4470, that's an entry on GitLab. There it is. GitLab just broke 4470 for $1.50 of risk. $1.50 risk on GitLab. GTLB. GitLab to the upside, and that sucker can move. Consumer staples holding pretty steady while growth drops. So we're having a rotation day. So far, it looks like a rotation day. Q's dropping. Shorting the Qs would be fine today, and use the day swinging technique, pivot point path. For anybody in PFHC, it looks like it's up from our penny stocking entry. Red box, I'm getting an alert on. Okay, it's above 2 days ago's high, which is a decent entry point. Red box, yeah, red box kind of activating. You could get in for what looks to be about 50 cents of risk on red box. Once red box gets over 8, that's going to be a really good trade. It's a nice follow through point. But you want to keep your stop at about 670 on red box. Yeah, I'm sure that ExxonMobil's, moving around like that. Yeah. But you could even have gotten the early entry here at 98. Okay, there goes Jan, Jan, with a pretty strong candle at 375. But if it can't break 380, I would not take it. GitLab continuing. It looks like GitLab. No, it's still hanging around entry. Okay, there it goes. There goes Jan. Did you lose me? There goes Jan. Hello? Okay. And it's hitting 3.94 now. Average true range on that is 40 cents. So you would go with a 25-cent increment. 25-cent excrement. Every 25 cents, drop a little. Yeah, it looks like AERC is not happening. I'm probably just going to cut that. Yes, sir. I'm going to cut AERC. Don't ever hold anything negative. Good morning from North Carolina. Good morning. Good morning, Casey and Cindy. Cindy Smith. I knew a Cindy Smith from my high school. The twin. And the Qs have reversed. At the moment, yeah, still though, until we can get above pre-market high 306.32, that's not an exit of short side yet. But it does indicate that the day may just be sideways. But Staples led, and value and growth did not. Value led and growth did not. So that could continue today. We'll see. Yeah, SIGA went from 10.6 around the open all the way to about 11.2. So SIGA moving. And Jan, just about to break 4 now. This is where you want to take some profits, 5 to 20% underneath every 25-cent level, and this would be one of them. Might be the last one you get, depending on the resistance here, and then you cut at break even. Traces. Getting out of BBLN, that didn't follow through. And Jan has broken 4 and is now heading all the way up to 410. Next take profit on Jan is at 423, somewhere around there, just underneath 425. GitLab is at 45.80, almost hit 46 now. I got to go take some profits on that, I think. Let's see where I'm at on that. Yep. All right, getting a little bit of movement on my natural gas here. Energy really popping. That could be coming from gas. Dika just holding here at the 1125 level. That's the next breakout level, 1125. And what was that? Just auto sold. Oh, that was GitLab probably breaking nearly the 46 level. Wow, I'm surprised I got that fill because GitLab's at 45.77 right now. I put a sell order in for 45.97. So that just goes to show that the bid ask is a bit wide on that. GitLab can really run. All right, back over to some of my pennies. With the market whiplashy like it is, maybe something is breaking out. Let me check. Nope. Nothing in the swing trades at this moment. All right, Jan's holding that $4 level, but it's not making any progress from there. So maybe $4 is where everybody thought it was going to go today psychologically, and that's it. Guard your profits, guard your position. The most optimum profit on your time. So when you consider opportunity cost, in other words, let's say you stayed in something for many days or weeks till you finally got to 100% gain. The statistics show that if you had taken even a 10% gain within the first few days, that would be a lot more profitable for you because of the compounding effect, putting your money back to reuse. That would be a lot more profitable for you to take it at around 10% than when it hit 10%, then holding for further gain. Okay. So that also tells you that if something goes beyond 10% and you haven't cut it and you haven't even taken profits, A, you should, but B, if it comes back down, you should probably just cut it at 10% profit, because you basically want your portfolio to be experiencing 10% turnover, 10% profit turnover frequently. Yellen's going to talk in 20 minutes. All right. And there goes Jan dropping. Look at that PFHC in the bottom right of my screen there. Where did I alert that? I believe it was, let's see. I got in here around 19.5 on this day, all the way up at 21 now. Jan is now popping. It looks like it just was trying to do a shakeout. Jan is now popping and will probably likely get to that 425 level. Red box continues to run. Yeah. I mentioned it earlier to get into red box. And Sega did get over that 1220 level and is now hitting 1120 level, and it's now hitting about 1140. Yeah, what to do with GAMB? How about lottery? Let's see. Lottery's up, so GAMB might follow. I'll keep holding GAMB. I think I did get rid of BBLN, yes. All right, Jan trying to break 414. That would be a re-entry at 415. Cano, C-A-N-O. What's up with that? The word that Veru is moving. The market is roughly up right now. Hmm. All right, Kano, what is that doing there? Yeah, no, skip that one. And then Veru on the daily. Let's see. This is a level that it's been trying to get through. 15 is this nice flat top resistance around 15. And if Vero breaks that today, it could go to 16 at least, if not 17. So if Vero breaks 15, it's going to get really hot. And so right now, you can get some risk on that. Stop down to say 1430, like 50 cents from where it is right now. Jan failed to retest at 414. This is a neckline breakdown going on Jan. Could be all over on Jan. The Grim Reaper is probably working that one. Do you ever see that? You ever see that YouTube about the Grim Reaper market maker who helps pump and dump shit stocks? They call him the Grim Reaper. Yeah. Oh no, it's real. Fuck yeah, it's real, Andy. Yeah. They hire these people. Very real. In that YouTube for you. Okay, yeah, I found it. Oh. That'll be one you don't want to miss. Energy's zooming up right now. How about natural gas? No, it's not doing good at all, but that's okay because I am in oil. Rates are now at 2.98%, so we've dropped below 3%, and that's why growth is having a good day now. The majority of investors decided to go into growth today. So that's probably a sign that Target will not be a short. It looks like investors want to buy up this retail correction. Is the Reaper same as G-Man? I don't think so, no. The Reaper has the, blurred face, and when he talks, he has the disguised voice. There's no way you could, it's not G-Man, so, or we don't know. Yeah. We'll never know. Apple climbing up to nearly 147. All right, let me take a look at what the Qs look like today now because of this. Yeah, as green as things are running from the open, we're still red since yesterday's close. We're still under yesterday's close. And we're still basically in this trading range that we're holding out for until Friday. VET breakout. So that's a bad signal for me on Jan. Taking that off of the high frequency setup. No alerts. I am looking good across the board generally. Those pennies that I alerted at the end of the day yesterday, other than the ones I just cut at a small loss, are doing good. So make sure you look in the penny stocks channel at the end of the day. I always am posting anything opportunity wise in there. You need uncorrelated return during these times because the market is anything but useful right now. And that's a great place to get uncorrelated return. Penny stocking. PFH. Check where I'm taking profits on that. PFC. My next profit is at, okay, 2170. All right. Well, that to come then. That's all set up. All right. Finally getting some positive movement from NFE. I really liked this entry in this stock. New Fortress Energy looking very strong. NFE yesterday. So we got in. Boy, oil and energy really popping right now, and growth as well. And rates moving down. This is a corrective day for, now it's turning into a corrective day for financials. Okay, we've got something. There it is, VET. VET breaking out there from the 23 area to 24. Now let me take a look at that on the daily. Bothers me is that they their earnings have slowed down. Their profit margins got destroyed on the recent quarter. They have been showing growth. Let me take a look on the weekly. Yeah, this is not the kind of setup that's going to necessarily be a good risk on your money. $50. So 24 divided by 2150. That's a 11.7% stop loss. That's not going to work, not just for you, but for everybody. You see, getting into it, they're going to be too defensive and not the right quality of holders. So you're going to get lots and lots of churn, which could turn it around, which could fake it out. So it's not a good necessarily setup. And the recent quarter doesn't look like it's going to help on VET or a swing trade. I would say no. What I'll do is I'll set an alert here so we can keep coming back to it. That drop on AMD should get you out of it. If you're in AMD, the drop on AMD today should exit your trade. I'm not in it anymore. But if you are, you should not be in it. I just sold off my cost basis on LOMLF, if you happen to be in that one. Coles. Yeah, what about it? Jack, good morning, buddy. Coles is just kind of hanging out at the open. In pre-market, it was up higher. Target filling the gap. Anybody on that? Something Mac typically is on those. Yep, it's almost all the way filled the gap already. Not sure that was a very good risk reward necessarily trade. It was a level to break. Their revenues seasonally adjusted were down this most recent quarter. Margins are a little bit erratic. And so they're up on takeover talks. Okay. Look, if you want to do mergers and acquisitions, that's your thing. I don't play that game. But you can get an ETF if you want experts to do those for you, to handle those mergers and acquisitions trades, and that would be MNO if you want to get an ETF. That just but this is how that's been turning out. Let's go over to MNO. It's been on the decline for the last like year or half a year. They haven't been working out, and it does help. You know, it's good to have MNO in your retirement account to a small degree, so it can provide some uncorrelated return. Being an uncorrelated asset class, that's good for crash protection. But yeah, you know, doesn't look like a good. Oh, hang on a second. This is not M&A. Sorry, M&A, mergers and acquisitions, M&A. Look, same thing. Yeah. I looked at this before, and I happen to know that it hasn't been on the decline. M&A, mergers and acquisitions. So anyway, it can be a place to put a little bit of uncorrelated money in your retirement portfolio. Other than that, it's something, you know, money that you never see again for a long time. I think mergers and acquisitions are just a very difficult game to play. But you know, if I don't want to discourage you from becoming the greatest mergers and acquisitions trader of all time, so if that's something you want to pursue, just understand that you need to become excellent, primo, top 1% merger and acquisitions trader if you're going to do okay. If you're going to do even okay in that area right now. If you can't beat M&A ETF, then yeah, I'm not going to discourage people from becoming expert arbitrage traders, but you know, in my opinion, people who try to pursue arbitrage trading are people who can't figure out how to just make fucking good return on their money and read charts. They're trying to go after this, you know, you know, there's a nickel on the street. Maybe it's a buffalo head nickel. You know, why don't you go get a fucking job? You know, trade something with a return that's reliable and happens consistently. You know, that's the point there. What just sold there? That was PHFC. Probably hit this 2070 mark now. There it is. Yeah, 170. I got that. I got that sale regardless. Whatever it hit, because right now it says 2150. USA. Let's see. There's a lot of energy is moving today. So you might be interested in something moving like HUSA, and it's not moving. It's only correcting according to its industry. You understand? So you want to find the ones that are leading in energy right now. Those would be the ones that are moving energy, and you can't necessarily expect something that comes up to be that. It could be just that it's moving, because it doesn't really look like it's moving a whole heck of a lot. Is it 13%? Actually, that is. This seems to be a decent spot to grab it. Oil just touched $120 a barrel again. GitLab's now up and over 47. Oh, I'm already up 5% on GitLab. I take my last profit on that. Was that at 46 or 40? Sold at 46. So I'm already needing to peel off another 10% on GitLab. This puppy is paying out today. Dino. Look at. Yeah, that's just a beautiful run it's been having. Can't get in now. Tell me about that 2 weeks ago, bro. But I'll definitely put this on my watch list. Let me take a look at the fundamentals. The fundamentals aren't that great. Yeah, no, I won't put that on my watch list. Not really. I don't think. Maybe tomorrow I'd long KSS if it continues and follows through, or if it can close really bullish today near the close. Maybe I'd get a small entry, and then tomorrow double up if it follows through. Do they have that in Utah for us? And the Q straddle is profitable in one account of mine and not profitable in the other one, and together they're basically at zero. So that continues to be just until Qs can really make a move, take direction, which I don't think it's going to do until Friday. Oldest stations, Sinclair's, yeah. They maintain their old equipment extremely well. That's good. But they can't seem to get their fucking margins up. It's the only issue there. They are running. It's certainly too late to get in now on that. Yeah, it's nice, but you need to have gotten in on a breakout, on a base breakout. The level would have been 41. Looking at the steel company, Timken Steel right now. Now this could be a good entry. Let's see, 22. 9.6%. Not the greatest stop loss, but this could be a good entry on steel, TMST. take a quick look at their fundamentals. That's been growing. Shrank recently. Some growth slowdown. That's amazing for us. Now that's basically where they are. This looks pretty good. TMST. I'm going to alert that for a swing 100 trade in steel. A little bit above borderline, so it'd be worth it. You know, you can't predict the future perfectly, but it's 9.6% stop risk. Actually, you could even put your stop below 23.5, and that would give you $1.57 stop of risk. A 6.3%. Such a reasonable company for reasonably priced company for you know, how much we can make on it, and what a good risk on that. What am I long on anything, Ron? Let's see. You know, NFE. I liked that one yesterday. That hasn't really moved though today. You know, I just got that one. TMST. I've got a bunch of penny stocks, but so that doesn't really count because those are going to be a little bit quicker. And when you say long, what I interpret that as is in something for a few days or weeks. There's really nothing to be in for months right now. Well, I am in oil, USO. Here, I'll give you my other portfolios. Sort of a macro positions. They're called macro economic. Positions. Okay, I've got energy, XLE. I've got USO, oil. I've got DBC, commodities. I've got UUP, the dollar. XLV, healthcare. XLU, utilities. SPHD, that's a S&P 500 high dividend stocks. DBA, which is agricultural stocks. And TMV, which is the inverse 20-year treasury bonds, which gives you a return, TMV, because as rates go up, those bonds go down, and this is the inverse, TMV, so the value goes up. Above almost 10% on that one. And then I've shorted TLT also, which is the same. It's like getting more of one thing. Anything else? Of course, I've got some VIX short from in the 30s, and I even have some VIX long from below 20s. So you know, I play VIX ping pong. I don't know if that's what you were asking. But then I've got other portfolios and stuff I'm in as well. What else? Pepsi, Philip Morris. Of course, I've got some gold. That's always for crash protection. Ron, is that what you were asking? Okay, hopefully that helped you out there. I don't really think you should be in much here. What's EVEX? Looks like it's up, you guys. EVEX. I don't think you really should be in much right now, other than macroeconomic type of, to have your cash parked somewhere in a couple of macroeconomic factors. Like for me, that's oil and energy, gold, commodities, agriculture. I'm pressing my luck by being in healthcare and utilities, and a couple of consumer staples like Pepsi, and you could also be in Procter and Gamble, et cetera, et cetera. But during a strong correction / crash, a crash is just about the speed. A correction is a crash. It's just that a crash is a crash because of the speed. We're in a crash. It's just that it's very slow, and so it's a correction. But just like the 1929 stock market crash was a crash, that if it went slower, you could still get to the exact same negative point, and they call it a correction. So we're in a, don't let the word correction make it sound like it's something tiny. We're in a totally strong bearish market that's correcting / crashing slowly, and it's probably only just beginning. We probably have a year of this left, possibly. You never know. Things could change today, tomorrow. You just never know. You got to play the market day by day. But that seems to be what's going to happen. We'll see. A year of chop at minimum. Yeah. And all we can really do, therefore, is trade rallies. And how do you know it's a rally if it takes like 3 days for it to start rallying? By the time a rally is 5 or 10 days in, it peters out and then it's over in this market. So how do you make sure that you can get in those? Well, you get in every fucking rally when they begin. And if they don't work out by the next day or the same day, you get out. And this is why you should have at least $30,000 in your account, because you'll just get creamed and start to support really bad habits if you are holding things that you enter when you're not supposed to. Yep. You don't want to hold anything overnight negative, ever, like in your portfolio. This is a very interesting statistic, but like if you could get in 8% return, let's make it really weak. If you could get a 8% return once a month on one play, 8% return once a month on one play, on just a quarter of your portfolio, 75% in cash, you'd have an annual return of 30%, which beats the market, by 3x or more if the market's going down. That's just if you could just do one trade with 25% of your portfolio, 75% if it's in cash, 25% of your portfolio, once a month, that makes 8%. The rest, if you try to get into other trades, if you just cut them at break even, then the statistic remains the same. It works, But if you were to make 8% on one trade every month, or across multiple trades on average, you averaged a gain of 8% and cut everything else at break even, such that every month you made 8%. By the end of the year, you'd made 187. I think it's 187%. So clearly, as you can see, it's more important to cut losers. Your ability to compound your money can't happen if you don't cut losers. So you should never, ever hold losers. Only hold winners if you want to hold something. If you want to hold something because you want it to go up more and make more money for you and stuff, only hold winners. Never, ever hold losers, because the losers are ruining your return, your compounding ability as well. What GLD for gold? GLD. All right, this market's sideways. There's a couple of things that are on the day trading radar, kind of moving, like Veru, and then GitLab is hanging in there. But that's it for the morning show. I'll see you in the trading group, everybody. Have a good morning, and of course, everybody out there, if you want to come check out our trading group, click the link in my bio. You're welcome, Mike. Catch you in the trading group. I believe Faraz is already live in the live trader lounge, so you can go join Faraz and others in the live trader lounge and trade together. Buddy system. All right. All right. See you in the trading group. Welcome, Kelly.